Hello beautiful people. Today we're going to be talking about vocals.
Hit the flow, next first, not even up.
So today we are going to be taking a look at using Logic's flex pitch, not just as a corrective tool for vocals, but actually as a way to generate and create vocal melodies. So if that sounds interesting to you, stick with me. For those of you who, like me, are not blessed with a great singing voice, it can be a bit daunting to try and use our own voice in a production. However, we all have this versatile instrument at our fingertips. So why shouldn't we use this? At the very least, with the myriad of tools available to us today, I think we should at least try experimenting with our own vocals, perhaps just as a way to create some engaging vocal melodies that we can later give to a talented singer to sing for us. So that's what we're going to be exploring today. Essentially what we're going to be doing is to be recording a scratch vocal. We're going to sing in some simple melodic lines with or without lyrics. If you have lyrics, great, use them. If not, we're just going to use whatever comes to mind. At this stage, it doesn't really matter the notes that we're going to record in. But one thing that will be important is for us to try and be expressive in our vocal delivery. So if we can think about the dynamics, i.e. the loudness or the quietness we're singing, whether we're using a very breathy voice or we're a very full voice, whether or not we're using a falsetto or a head voice compared to a normal voice, using things like vibrato and gliding up to and down from notes. All of these things will make a more engaging and interesting vocal for us to manipulate. The most important thing though is to relax, to have a bit of fun. At this stage, we're just simply sketching down some ideas. And that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, so here we go. We're going to try and record a scratch vocal. I don't know how this is going to go. We'll find out. Oh, I'm sorry I subjected you to that. Anyway, let's get to work. Okay, so we have a scratch vocal recorded. Let's dive into flex pitch and see what we can do with it. So first thing, we'll double click on this. We'll hit the flex tool, turn on flex, and we'll go to flex pitch. This will analyze the audio and give us suggested notes. I'm sure some of these are probably not even proper notes. Anyway, so let's have a listen to this horrific recording. Ooh. Okay, let's start by, let's do some corrective stuff first. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time maybe just doing that. I don't think you really need to see this. Yeah, this video isn't really about using flex pitch to correct vocals, although it will be part of this process. But we're going to concentrate on the more creative aspects. So I'm going to just do some corrective stuff first, and then we'll come back and do the actual creative stuff. Okay, so we've got our corrected vocal. This is how it sounds at the moment. Okay, so it sounds bad, but we haven't got any processing on it. I have some new tools to play with. I have Reso. It should hopefully reduce some resonant peaks. So let's just see what that can do. So that's what it's reducing. I think that sounds okay. What we'll do, let's bounce this in place. I'm just going to put flex pitch back on this new bounce. Let's just do some more processing quickly. I'm going to use pitch shifter, and I'm going to use it. Hang on, let me put this on stereo first. Come back here, pitch shifter. Let's go dual mono. What we're going to do here, we're going to drop the sense pitch down on the left. We'll push the sense pitch up on the right, and we'll put just a bit of a mix in, and we could even maybe affect the timing slightly in the left and the right channels independently. So you can hear how that sort of widens up the vocal. I'm going to drop this down a little bit. Something like that will do. Maybe we'll just put a compressor on there again. Right, let's come back to our flex pitch and let's get creative. So obviously these are the notes that flex pitch has detected, and what this enables us to do now is to move these around at will wherever we choose. So let's do that and see what we can come up with. Let's put the rest of the track back in. And what we can do, we can play with these pitch drift options, we can play with the vibrato amount. And then what we can do, once we get something we like, we can actually re-sing this once we've got an interesting melody to work with. And this is what I mean about using it as a sort of a sketch pad. What we could also do, if we choose our scissor tool, we can actually chop these up, so we could maybe pitch this back up. I think in this case maybe that's not really necessary. What we could also do, so we're on a C there, we could even move this up an entire octave. And that sounds kind of cool. So maybe we could now put something on here and pitch. Let's use a pitch shifter and change the formant. And we're starting to get something a bit more interesting than we started with. Okay, let's do a bit more on this. Okay, and as we're working, we might stumble on some lyrics. There, I was hearing that little melody. I was just thinking another point of view, so maybe we'll make some notes. Another point of view. In a moment we can re-sing this with the lyrics. And again, maybe we want to pitch this up an octave. Maybe we need some delay on this. Let's use some Comeback Kid. Okay, let's move on. I feel like maybe this bit we can just copy the first part over there, I think. And I don't think I like this bit at all. Let's see if there's something we can do with it. That's kind of cool. We could maybe use the pitch drift so it drifts up, glides up much slower. How can we? That's too quick. Let's maybe if we split this. Okay, it's not perfect, but it kind of gives us the idea. Okay, that's horrible, but we'll work on that. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to bounce this first section. Okay, we're just going to clean this up a little bit so we've not got any noise in between the vocals. So I feel like that's quite a good sort of background thing. So what we could do with this, we can maybe just filter it a lot. And maybe we could chuck some reverb on there, make it very sort of spacey in the background. I'm going to try some different plugins that I haven't used a lot. Okay, I still feel like this sounds a bit weird. What we can do, we can flex pitch it again. I feel like maybe that note needs to change there. Not to that one. To that note, or that one. Okay. I mean, this still sounds pretty bad, but we've got an interesting melody, I think. And I don't think it's a melody that I would have sung naturally. And this is where flex pitch really comes in a creative sense. Maybe we could pitch it down. Maybe we could do something really weird by putting halftime on it. What I've done there, I've put halftime on it. I've used the filter section and the mix ever so slightly just to bring back some of the original. And it might not be a clear, obvious vocal, but we've got a very interesting melody part now, based on a vocal. And I think that's quite a nice atmospheric addition to this track. So let's move on to this bit. So maybe we can come up with some more lyrics. How about, okay, can you understand another point of view? Can you understand another point of view? I like that. That doesn't fit with our lyrics. Okay, let's forget the lyrics for the time being. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Can we understand another point of view? Maybe that should go up again. Yeah, I like that. How about from mine? Can you understand another point of view from mine? Does that make sense? I don't think that makes... Well, it does, but I don't think it's the best lyrics ever, but let's roll with it. Another point of view. Okay. How about... I like that. That note's horrible. I feel like maybe this note could go even higher. So maybe we can do something a bit unusual here that we wouldn't necessarily be able to sing, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and chop this here. I'm going to stretch this out a little bit. what we'll do here, we'll just change the timing of this slightly. Okay, that's cool. So that is something I would never have sung in a million years. But now that we've kind of flex pitched it in, I can actually go away and try and sing this, re-sing it, re-record it. We can then use flex pitch to correct our terrible attempt to recreate this melody, or you know, we can hire a talented vocalist to do this for us, or maybe employ the uses of a willing friend that has a good voice. But as a creative tool, as a way to generate a melody that I certainly wouldn't have been able to sing this, and I don't think I would have come up with this melody without having flex pitch as a tool to try and generate this interesting idea. So let's just have a listen back to what we've done. Okay, so that's kind of cool. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and record this new melody. I quite like what we've done. I don't think it's perfect, but I'm going to try and re-record it singing the melody. So I'm going to probably pause the video and actually learn this a little bit. I'll then re-record it, maybe with some lyrics this time as well. Okay, so I've just adapted this melody slightly. I think I prefer this. I haven't actually tried to re-record this yet. Let's just have a listen. Okay, that's what we're working with. I'll be back. I forgot the melody. Okay. Can you understand? Can you understand? Do the next bit. I feel like doing this in sections will be more beneficial. Okay. That was not easy for me, but we got something. Let's just have a listen. Can we live in harmony? Okay, it's not too bad. Can you understand? Well, I rushed that a bit. Okay, let's open our flex pitch again. Yeah, sometimes flex pitch can be a bit temperamental. If it's saying that flex pitch is on but it hasn't recorded the notes, if you come to this sort of drop down thing and reselect flex pitch, it usually works. I guess it depends what version of Logic you're running and what operating system you're on, but it can be a bit buggy. So it does have its flaws, but we'll work around that. Okay, let's have a listen to this. Okay, so now that we've got our new melody and we've re-sung it in, we can actually use flex pitch in the way that we would normally think about using it as a corrective tool. So I'm just going to do that. Can you understand? Can you understand? Accept another point of view. Okay, again, my timing's a bit off. We can use flex pitch to kind of correct the timing as well. Accept another point of view. Okay, it's not perfect. What I want to do is I want to make this part shorter. Let's just do something like that for now. Except turn off the point of view. Okay, we're just going to do this manually. Except turn off the point of view. Except turn off the point of view. Okay, that's better. Except turn off the point of view. Let's move on to this last phrase. Can we live in harmony? Can we live in harmony? Oh, I hit that note pretty well, kind of. For me, anyway. Not those ones. Okay. So, I actually prefer the last little bit on this recording where we sort of artificially created those notes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to chop that off there, or mute it. Let's mute the rest of this. And what does that sound like? Can we live in harmony? Just going to fade in here. Okay, we're going to bounce this in place. And we're going to move that down onto our duplicated effects channel. Let's hear what this sounds like first. Can you understand? Except another point of view. Let's blend these two vocal parts a little bit. Can you understand? What I might do, actually, I'm going to bounce that. I'm going to drop this onto this channel with our filtering on it and whatever, extra processing. Oh, that's kind of cool. Compress this a bit. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I think this is sounding pretty cool. Let's have a playthrough. Okay, right, I think that's pretty cool. Let's just bring up the volume of the rest of the track. Okay, and let's bring these vocals in and we'll just do some simple volume matching just to try and get the vocals to sit at a decent level. Can you understand? It's too loud. Okay, that's cool. Let's come back here. What I want to do actually as well, I'm going to bounce these in place. I want to leave the original. What we could do actually, we could take a nice reverb tail off of here. We could put that at the start. What I want to do with this vocal, I want to put this behind the actual main vocal. So yeah, I want to take this sort of background atmospheric vocal and see if it works in concert with our main vocal. Let's just hear if that works. We may need to make it a bit more in the background, but let's have a listen. Can you Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's sort this little reverse thing out quickly. I think that might sound quite interesting, ushering in the vocal. Yeah, that's kind of cool. What I might try doing with this one, I might even pitch it up another octave. Might sound weird, it might not work, but let's give it a go anyway. Yeah, okay, don't like that. What we will do though, I think we're going to make it much more in the background. I want it really, really narrow. So I've just copied these vocals over to the main section. I think it's sounding great. I mean, I haven't spent an awful lot of time working on this. We've just thrown something together, but I think you can maybe see how using this technique to pitch some vocals around that we record in, just some rough, pretty nasty sounding scratch vocals, with some processing and creating interesting melodic ideas that we can then either re-sing ourselves or just use the original scratch vocals as a kind of a weird atmospheric background. I think it gives us a lot of creative possibilities. I think we shouldn't limit ourselves just because we don't have the best singing voices. If you're a producer and you're not a great singer, hopefully this shows you that you can still make use of your voice in interesting ways. Use flex pitch to help you generate some engaging melodic ideas that you may not be able to articulate with your own voice, that you may not be able to think of without using this kind of technology. But I think maybe that demonstrates the kind of power this tool in particular, and tools like this, can have on our music, and can turn how can we put this? It can turn a less than perfect vocal into something usable at the very least. So I hope you enjoy that one. Let's just have a quick playthrough of the entire track that we've come up with the vocals. We'll give it a listen and I'll see what you think. So there we go, that is the video on using Logic's flex pitch, not just as a corrective tool, but as a creative tool for generating vocal melodies. Hopefully some of these ideas and techniques we've just discussed will be useful to you. If you like the content, please give me a thumbs up, comment down below, or subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And I will see you again real soon. So take care of yourselves. Have a great day. Peace out.